I'm Seth.
I'm Jason.
This is J&S Broadcasting. We're finally back to do a show for the first time in forever, pretty much.
3 years.
COVID didn't help either, though.
No, COVID didn't help at all. Yeah.
But since it's college basketball tournament time, I figured we'd do the men's schedule. And I think, are we going to do a women's schedule after this?
Yeah, it comes out tonight.
So we'll do another one later on to catch up on the women's brackets.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll have to do the women's on another day because it'll come out till tonight.
All right, so we'll get it to you too. But not by any means. We're going to do these picks, but don't go bet on them because we don't want to hear the backlash from them.
Okay, we'll start with the West region. The winner of the North Fork State, Appalachian State takes on Gonzaga.
I don't think it really matters. I think Gonzaga's going to pass on that one.
Yeah. Oklahoma takes on Missouri.
This could be one of those games that goes either way, but I think I'm going to stick with Oklahoma on this one.
And these are our. We just now made these picks, so we're just now making these picks. These are our pre-picked picks, right?
We decided to do this today, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Oklahoma too. California Santa Barbara versus Creighton.
I'm gonna go with Creighton on this one.
This is a 5-12 matchup, by the way.
That seems to always be a danger.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I'm gonna go chalk on this one too. Virginia and Ohio, 4-13 matchup.
I'm gonna take Virginia in this one.
Yeah.
I think Virginia is a little bit too strong for Ohio, but I could be wrong.
The winner of Wichita State and Drake takes on USC.
I'm going to go ahead and put...
I would say picks don't have to be official till the first round.
See, I just like to know
You can change these picks up until Friday.
See, I'd like to know exactly which one of those teams are playing. But I'm going to put USC in there for the time being.
Who you picking them to play?
Appalachian State.
Wichita State and Drake.
Or Wichita State, sorry. I was still thinking about the first one you said.
Okay, if Drake wins, you still staying USC?
Possible. I have to think about that.
If Wichita State wins, I'm gonna go with them. But if Drake wins, I'm gonna go USC.
I mean, if USC does get knocked off in the first round, it will be by Wichita State. But like I said, as of right now, since we don't know which one they're playing.
As you can see what I'm doing right there. Eastern Washington and Kansas. Even though they had to withdraw from the Big 12 because of COVID issues.
And Kansas has been kind of iffy.
Bill Self actually did not come out and say which one of his players was. He said the one is staying in Lawrence for his duration of quarantine. Yeah, but I'm gonna stick with Kansas myself. Oregon and VCU.
I'm gonna take Oregon in this one.
We're actually gonna be different on this one. When it comes March Madness, VCU kind of steps up the game. Iowa and Grand Canyon.
If Iowa shows up and plays defense, Iowa will win that game.
Yeah. I just realized something. Where's our plexiglass?
We're going to get reported.
We're not 6 feet for it.
Here, I'll do this. Make sure we're covered.
Gonzaga and Oklahoma.
I'm going to stay with Gonzaga there.
Yeah. Creighton and Virginia.
I'm going to stick with Virginia on that one.
Yeah. Okay, this next game is you've got USC versus Kansas.
I'm going to take Kansas out.
Yeah. And you have Oregon and Iowa, and I have VCU and Iowa.
I'm going to put Iowa in there.
And even though VCU is a tough draw, I still gonna go to Iowa. Iowa's got the size. Gonzaga and Virginia.
Gonzaga.
Yeah. Kansas and Iowa.
You know, I'm actually going to have to go with Iowa. Kansas is one of those iffy teams towards the end of the season.
Especially this year. This is not the Kansas of old.
No, if it was Kansas last year, I wouldn't, you know.
So I'm going to go Iowa as well. And of those two, which one's going to the Final Four?
That's going to be a good game, I think. But I'm going to go and go with the Gonzaga.
You're going to go Gonzaga? I think Iowa got a little too much size for them. And I think this is where the Zag train runs out. Okay, now we go to the east. Mount St. Mary's or Texas Southern versus Michigan.
I'm going to go and keep Michigan in there. Much as that pains me to say that.
Yeah, as much as it pains me. On two different reasons, but I won't get into the reasons. LSU and St. Bonnie's.
You know, I'm going to go with LSU just to give them.
Well, they can't do much worse than a football program.
What's wrong with the camera?
It fell. It fell, but it didn't go down for very long.
Okay, well, could they still? We're
But,
good.
yeah,
Sorry
you can
about that.
see them.
Our camera operator is having a little technical difficulty.
I suck at this.
He has a technical difficulty sometimes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna go LSU in that matchup.
But hey,
too.
we gotta have cheap labor. So.
Don't write us any letters. Colorado and Georgetown.
Georgetown. Hold the camera. I'm sorry. Hold it.
I got it. I got it.
Hold it.
And I apologize if anyone feeling ill right now.
Sorry, we're back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Georgetown. That is a 5-12. This is a 5-12 matchup, by the way. And Georgetown is the 12th seed.
And Georgetown's always one of those teams that can sneak in there and pull it out.
Florida State versus UNC in Greensboro.
I'm going to take Florida State in this one.
Wasn't it Florida State that was your lucky charm a couple years ago?
Yeah, it was.
Michigan State, UCLA against BYU. This is not the Izzo old team of the old.
No, I'm actually going. Who was it now? UCLA.
Michigan State, UCLA against BYU. The winner of Michigan
Actually,
State,
I'm going to stick with
UCLA.
BYU in this one. Just because it's not the Michigan State of old either.
Yeah, I'll go BYU myself. Texas versus Abilene Christian.
I'll go with Texas on this one.
Yeah, I'll stay with the conference mate on this one. UConn versus Maryland.
This could be a pretty good game. I'm actually going to say that UConn gets it done.
I'm gonna go Maryland. Alabama versus Iona.
Alabama.
You know they're a little different in basketball than they are in football. You do know that, right?
Yeah, they've got a heck of a team this year.
Iona's coached by Rick Pitino.
I don't think it doesn't matter. Alabama's got a heck of a team this year. Alabama is that 2 seed that has the possibility of making the Final Four.
Yeah, even though Rick Pitino is coaching Iona, I can't go with him. Michigan and LSU.
I'm going to go ahead and give that one to Michigan. Like I said, it pains me to do that. Just because Michigan.
Yeah. Again, another reason for me, but I'm not going into that issue. Georgetown and Florida State.
I'm actually going to stick with Florida State.
You think they're going to be your lucky charm this year?
No, but I think they'll at least get as far as I've got them so far.
Yeah, they're just too strong this year against Georgetown anyway. BYU and Texas.
This is one of those games that, depending on which teams show up, but if Texas shows up and plays like Texas does, I see Texas knocking them or beating them.
You're going with Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you've got UConn and Alabama. I got Maryland and Alabama.
I'm still taking Alabama.
Yeah. And Michigan versus Florida State.
This will be the one game, if I don't pick Florida State, they'll win it. But I'm going to put Michigan in there.
Well, I can't do it. I can't put Michigan through another round. Texas and Alabama.
I think Alabama takes that one.
Yeah. I put your pick on mine, but it's ain't gonna be the same pick. So, you've got Michigan and Alabama.
And this is where the Michigan run stops, Alabama.
I'm gonna continue with them.
Florida State.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Iowa versus. Okay. You've got Gonzaga and Bama.
I'm actually going to put Bama in the national title.
You're putting Bama?
I think we just probably went over a lot of Alabama fans, too.
I don't know about you. I didn't. I got to lose them before that game. And I'm going to go Iowa for my pick. Okay, now we go to the South region. Baylor and Hartford.
Baylor.
Yeah, against Hartford, yeah. North Carolina and Wisconsin.
I'm actually going to take Wisconsin in this one.
Should that tell you who I'm picking on that?
I know you're a Carolina fan.
In that game, I'm going with my heart. I'm going hard. Virginia and Winthrop.
I'll stick with Virginia.
Villanova.
Or Villanova.
But
You said Virginia, so.
I did. My
Yeah.
bad.
Villanova.
Yeah,
Villanova.
You going Villanova?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be my 5-12 upset.
I mean, that could very well be.
That's going to be my 5-12 upset. I'm picking Winthrop. Again, this is not the Villanova at all. Purdue and North Texas.
And what seed is that?
4-13.
You know what? I'm gonna take North Texas in that one.
You going North
Yep.
Texas?
I'm gonna call them an upset one.
Oh, well, that's going to be a completely different second game for both of us.
I don't know. When you said it, just North Texas popped in my head first. So.
Texas Tech and Utah State.
I'm gonna take Texas Tech.
Yeah, in this game, yeah. Arkansas against Colgate.
What seed is that one?
3-14. Arkansas is the 3.
I personally think that's a little bit high seed for Arkansas, but I'm going to stick with them.
Against Colgate, yeah, I'm gonna go Arkansas too. Not saying that Colgate can't pull it.
No, they can. I mean, absolutely. I just don't see it happening.
Okay. Should I go ahead and write this down? Write this down before I even tell you the game.
Tell me the game first.
Florida and Virginia Tech.
I'm going Florida just because I can't put Virginia Tech past the first round. Not also saying that's your other team, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I can't put the Chokey in the next round. And really, I don't care.
We lost Virginia Tech fans a long time ago, so it don't matter.
Yeah. Ohio State and Oral Roberts.
This is a hard one.
Yes, it is.
Ohio State.
Of course, I'd rather see them go than the team that's north of them.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got Baylor and Wisconsin.
I think Baylor gets that one done.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the run for my boys. You've got Villanova and North Texas.
I'm going to go with North Texas on this one. I don't know why.
Okay.
That's going to be my underdog of the year.
So that's going to be your Loyola
Pretty
Chicago.
much. They'll probably get knocked out in the first round, but who knows? You know, I mean,
I'm going Purdue.
it's tournament time. You never know.
I'm going Purdue. Texas Tech and Arkansas. We both picked these two, so
I'm going to take Texas Tech in that one.
yeah. And Florida and Ohio State.
I'm actually going to stick with Florida in this one.
You going Florida on this one? Well, I can't do it. Let's see. You've got Baylor and North Texas.
Baylor.
I'm gonna pick Baylor over Purdue. So, and you've got Texas Tech and Florida.
This one, you know, as bad as, you know, I want to go and say Florida, but Texas Tech has the chance at pulling this game off.
They're not the Texas Tech of 2 years ago.
No, they're not, but I'm going to go with Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ohio State. As much as it pains me to do so. But... And Baylor or Florida for you?
This is where I think Florida comes to an end.
Yeah, Baylor's just too strong for Ohio State for me, in my book. And now the Midwest region. Illinois, I'm going to say it right, Illinois, not Illinois, against Drexel.
I'm going to take Illinois.
Against Drexel, yeah. Of all the one seeds though,
That would be
this will be the one that can be a repeat of Virginia, in my book.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech versus the last tournament's darlings, Loyola Chicago.
I just don't see
I believe it
it
was
going.
last. I believe it was last.
I think so. I just don't see it happening again. So.
You don't see another Sister Mary march through the tournament.
I mean, it's always possible, but I just don't. With the way this year is being, anything's possible.
Well, I'm the same reason that it pains me to pick the team up north I'm going against Georgia Tech. And you know why.
Yeah.
Tennessee and Oregon State.
I'm going to put Tennessee in there.
Yeah, even though that is a 5-12 matchup. Oklahoma State and Liberty.
Oklahoma State's way too tough.
They actually said this was a bad draw for Oklahoma State. Playing Liberty is basically, they said, one of the analysts said that playing Liberty is basically like you're playing Virginia.
I mean, yeah, but Oklahoma State is just too strong of a team for Liberty.
Of course, if the possibly shouldn't even be in this tournament. Because they were supposed to have like a 1-year postseason ban. But yeah, I'm gonna go Oklahoma State in this one. San Diego State, Syracuse, 6-11.
You know, I'm gonna go and put San Diego State in there. I don't know why.
I'm gonna go Syracuse. I'm gonna have an 11 upset. Morehead State versus West Virginia.
I think West Virginia handles Morehead State.
Yeah, they get off their skid right now and get Huggy Bear 900.
Yeah.
He's been stuck at 899 for like 2-3 games now. Clemson versus Rutgers.
I'm gonna do this one to Clemson.
Picking Clemson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Houston versus Cleveland State.
I'm gonna give this one to Houston.
Yeah. Even though Cleveland State is a tough draw. Okay, you've got Illinois and Georgia Tech.
I think Illinois slips by on this one.
Yeah, me too.
They just slip by. They don't.
Yeah. Tennessee and Oklahoma State.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma State on this one.
I'm gonna go Tennessee. The Cinderella is gonna lose his shoe on that game. Okay, you've got San Diego State versus West Virginia.
West Virginia gets it done again.
And I've got an old Big East rivalry. And it's going to go the same way last game went. Clemson and Houston.
I'm actually going to give this one to Houston.
Yeah. Okay, you've got Illinois and Oklahoma State.
I think Illinois slides by again. Just
Slides by again?
barely.
Slides by?
Just barely.
Well, I've got them playing Tennessee, so I think they're going to do a little bit more than slide by. And West Virginia versus Houston.
I'm actually going to take West Virginia.
Wonder if Holgerson's going to be at that. Would be at that game. Wonder who Holgerson would pick on that game. And the Illini versus the Mountaineers. We actually got the same Elite Eight, by the way.
Just a different way of getting there, right?
Matter of fact, that is the first Elite Eight we have the same.
But you know, I'm also going to say it. I'm going to stick with West Virginia in this one.
If they come to play.
West Virginia shows up. If West Virginia shows up, they're one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah. Even when Chevway did what he did in the middle of the season, which I'm not blaming him, I'm not downing him or anything, but
well, you got to look at it. When West Virginia shows up, they are one of the hardest teams in the country to beat.
And is it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't West Virginia give Gonzaga the?
West Virginia was the only team this year that gave Gonzaga, however you want to say it, a run for their money. And from the game when I watched it, and from the announcers and stuff that were announcing the game, said the last couple minutes there was 5 calls on West Virginia that should have never been called, and that's what cost them that game.
And
but that's their opinion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And a Big 12 matchup.
For the
Baylor versus
time.
West Virginia.
For the 4th time. Or they got canceled the one Baylor game, didn't they? So it'd be the 3rd matchup.
Third.
I thought they played twice this year.
They canceled. I think they canceled the one in Baylor.
Oh, that's right. They did. Okay, yeah.
The only one they played was the one in Morgan.
I think West Virginia gets them this time.
Yeah, they should. In my pick, they should have had them in that
They should
game.
have.
Yeah, I think they. Okay. An old matchup, the Chick-fil-A matchup a couple years ago.
I just thought of that.
Which one are you going with in the basketball version?
I think Alabama's got one of the best teams in the country right now. And with West Virginia being one of those teams that if they show up, they can beat anybody in the country. I don't know if I should just go with my heart, wishful thinking, or go with the team that's been hot as of lately. Because that's what worries me about this game is Alabama's been on a hot streak and West Virginia's kind of been struggling, but for different reasons, you know. But I'm going to give West Virginia their national title. But I will say this, in that game, it will be decided by 5 points or less. In that Alabama West Virginia game.
Are you going to say McBride? Are you saying McBride's going to take the game over at the end of the game? Or is it going to be Culver?
It might be Deuce. With the way that he has been playing here as of lately, he has the capability of doing it.
That's McBride.
I know, but I'm saying Deuce, he's going to be the one, I think.
I've got West Virginia versus Iowa.
Does Iowa have too much size for West Virginia? Or does West Virginia win another close one? will say this: in yours, you're going to have to look at the rebounding situation.
That's what Huggy Bear's done for.
But can they out rebound the big guys of Iowa? I think they can outshoot Iowa.
Oh, it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a barn burner.
But the one thing West Virginia's got to do to make all this happen is they have to learn how to guard. Because they do struggle there big time.
I'm going to go with my heart.
I think that's the first time that's happened, ain't it?
Yep.
It's going to be interesting. But if you actually look at the way the bracket was set up, West Virginia I could have put West Virginia refacing pretty much a couple different teams that they played this year.
Okay.
Well, they could have had a rematch against Texas Tech game. They were there. They were here, weren't they? Or the Oklahoma State.
Texas Tech.
Oklahoma State here. They could have had them playing Oklahoma State again, and I had them playing Baylor, or I could have had them playing Florida again. Which the Baylor game and the Florida game was decided by what, 5 points or something like that in both games.
That I don't know.
I know the Florida game was a 5-point ball game, I believe, and I think the last Baylor game we only lost by 5, and that was in overtime. Baylor.
Well, we'll see how we do on these picks.
And the women's should be a whole lot different, but we'll do the women's picks in a day or two before everything starts.
Like I said, they get their brackets get announced tonight, so we'll have to wait till at least tomorrow before we can.
Yeah. So once we get the brackets, we'll come back and we'll do the women's brackets. So I guess that does it for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have a good one.
Peace.